Micah5. Now gather yourself in troops, O daughter of troops, he has laid siege against us, they will strike the judge of Israel with a rod on the cheek. Now gather thyself in troops, O daughter of troops, he hath laid siege against us, they shall smite the judge of Israel with a rod upon the cheek. But you, Bethlehem Ephrathah, though you are little among the thousands of Judah, yet out of you shall come forth to me the one to be ruler in Israel, whose goings forth are from of old, from everlasting. But thou, Bethlehem Ephrathah, though thou be little among the thousands of Judah, yet out of thee shall he come forth unto me that is to be ruler in Israel, whose goings forth have been from of old, from everlasting. Therefore he shall give them up, until the time that she who is in labor has given birth, then the remnant of his brethren shall return to the children of Israel. Therefore will he give them up, until the time that she which travelleth hath brought forth, then the remnant of his brethren shall return unto the children of Israel. And he shall stand and feed his flock in the strength of the Lord, in the majesty of the name of the Lord his God, and they shall abide, for now he shall be great to the ends of the earth. And he shall stand and feed in the strength of the Lord, in the majesty of the name of the Lord his God, and they shall abide, for now shall he be great unto the ends of the earth. And this one shall be peace. When the Assyrian comes into our land, and when he treads in our palaces, then we will raise against him 7 shepherds and 8 princely men. And this man shall be the peace, when the Assyrian shall come into our land, and when he shall tread in our palaces, then shall we raise against him 7 shepherds, and 8 principal men. They shall waste with the sword the land of Assyria, and the land of Nimrod at its entrances, thus he shall deliver us from the Assyrian, when he comes into our land and when he treads within our borders. And they shall waste the land of Assyria with the sword, and the land of Nimrod in the entrances thereof, thus shall he deliver us from the Assyrian, when he cometh into our land, and when he treadeth within our borders. Then the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many peoples, like dew from the Lord, like showers on the grass, that tarry for no man nor wait for the sons of men. And the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many people as a dew from the Lord, as the showers upon the grass, that tarrieth not for man, nor waiteth for the sons of men. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles, in the midst of many peoples, like a lion among the beasts of the forest, like a young lion among flocks of sheep, who, if he passes through, both treads down and tears in pieces, and none can deliver. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles in the midst of many people as a lion among the beasts of the forest, as a young lion among the flocks of sheep, who, if he go through, both treadeth down, and teareth in pieces, and none can deliver. Your hand shall be lifted against your adversaries, and all your enemies shall be cut off. Thine hand shall be lifted up upon thine adversaries, and all thine enemies shall be cut off. And it shall be in that day, says the Lord, that I will cut off your horses from your midst and destroy your chariots. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that I will cut off thy horses out of the midst of thee, and I will destroy thy chariots. I will cut off the cities of your land and throw down all your strongholds. And I will cut off the cities of thy land, and throw down all thy strongholds. I will cut off sorceries from your hand, and you shall have no soothsayers. And I will cut off witchcrafts out of thine hand, and thou shalt have no more soothsayers. Your carved images I will also cut off, and your sacred pillars from your midst, you shall no more worship the work of your hands. Thy graven images also will I cut off, and thy standing images out of the midst of thee, and thou shalt no more worship the work of thine hands. I will pluck your wooden images from your midst, thus I will destroy your cities. And I will pluck up thy groves out of the midst of thee, so will I destroy thy cities. And I will execute vengeance in anger and fury on the nations that have not heard. And I will execute vengeance in anger and fury upon the heathen, such as they have not heard. Micah7. Woe is me! For I am like those who gather summer fruits, like those who glean vintage grapes, there is no cluster to eat of the first ripe fruit which my soul desires. Woe is me! For I am as when they have gathered the summer fruits, as the grape gleanings of the vintage, there is no cluster to eat, my soul desired the first ripe fruit. The faithful man has perished from the earth, and there is no one upright among men. They all lie in wait for blood, every man hunts his brother with a net. The good man is perished out of the earth, and there is none upright among men, they all lie in wait for blood, they hunt every man his brother with a net. That they may successfully do evil with both hands, the prince asks for gifts, the judge seeks a bribe, and the great man utters his evil desire, so they scheme together. That they may do evil with both hands earnestly, the prince asketh, and the judge asketh for a reward, and the great man, he uttereth his mischievous desire, so they wrap it up. The best of them is like a briar, the most upright is sharper than a thorn hedge. The day of your watchman and your punishment comes, now shall be their perplexity. The best of them is as a briar, the most upright is sharper than a thorn hedge. The day of thy watchman and thy visitation cometh, now shall be their perplexity. Do not trust in a friend, do not put your confidence in a companion, guard the doors of your mouth from her who lies in your bosom. Trust ye not in a friend, put ye not confidence in a guide, keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom. For son dishonors father, daughter rises against her mother, daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, a man's enemies are the men of his own household. For the son dishonoreth the father, the daughter riseth up against her mother, the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, a man's enemies are the men of his own house. Therefore I will look to the Lord, I will wait for the God of my salvation, my God will hear me. Therefore I will look unto the Lord, I will wait for the God of my salvation, my God will hear me. Do not rejoice over me, my enemy, when I fall, I will arise, when I sit in darkness, the Lord will be a light to me. Rejoice not against me, O mine enemy, when I fall, I shall arise, when I sit in darkness, the Lord shall be a light unto me. I will bear the indignation of the Lord, because I have sinned against him, until he pleads my case and executes justice for me. He will bring me forth to the light, I will see his righteousness. I will bear the indignation of the Lord, because I have sinned against him, until he plead my cause, and execute judgment for me. He will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. Then she who is my enemy will see, and shame will cover her who said to me, Where is the Lord your God? My eyes will see her, now she will be trampled down like mud in the streets. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her which said unto me, Where is the Lord thy God? Mine eyes shall behold her, now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. In the day when your walls are to be built, in that day the decree shall go far and wide. In the day that thy walls are to be built, in that day shall the decree be far removed. In that day they shall come to you from Assyria and the fortified cities, from the fortress to the river, from sea to sea, and mountain to mountain. In that day also he shall come even to thee from Assyria, and from the fortified cities, and from the fortress even to the river, and from sea to sea, and from mountain to mountain. Yet the land shall be desolate because of those who dwell in it, and for the fruit of their deeds. Notwithstanding the land shall be desolate because of them that dwell therein, for the fruit of their doings. Shepherd your people with your staff, the flock of your heritage, who dwell solitarily in a woodland, in the midst of Carmel, let them feed in Bashan and Gilead, as in days of old. Feed thy people with thy rod, the flock of thine heritage, which dwell solitarily in the wood, in the midst of Carmel, let them feed in Bashan and Gilead, as in the days of old. As in the days when you came out of the land of Egypt, I will show them wonders. According to the days of thy coming out of the land of Egypt will I shew unto him marvelous things. The nations shall see and be ashamed of all their might, they shall put their hand over their mouth, their ears shall be deaf. The nations shall see and be confounded at all their might, they shall lay their hand upon their mouth, their ears shall be deaf. They shall lick the dust like a serpent, they shall crawl from their holes like snakes of the earth. They shall be afraid of the Lord our God, and shall fear because of you. They shall lick the dust like a serpent, they shall move out of their holes like worms of the earth, they shall be afraid of the Lord our God, and shall fear because of thee. Who is a God like you, pardoning iniquity and passing over the transgression of the remnant of his heritage? He does not retain his anger forever, because he delights in mercy. Who is a God like unto thee, that pardoneth iniquity, and passeth by the transgression of the remnant of his heritage? He retaineth not his anger forever, because he delighteth in mercy. He will again have compassion on us, and will subdue our iniquities. You will cast all our sins into the depths of the sea. He will turn again, he will have compassion upon us, he will subdue our iniquities, and thou wilt cast all their sins into the depths of the sea. You will give truth to Jacob and mercy to Abraham, which you have sworn to our fathers from days of old. Thou wilt perform the truth to Jacob, and the mercy to Abraham, which thou hast sworn unto our fathers from the days of old. Proverbs 19. Better is the poor who walks in his integrity than one who is perverse in his lips, and is a fool. Better is the poor that walketh in his integrity, than he that is perverse in his lips, and is a fool. Also it is not good for a soul to be without knowledge, and he sins who hastens with his feet. Also, that the soul be without knowledge, it is not good, and he that hasteth with his feet sinneth. The foolishness of a man twists his way, and his heart frets against the Lord. The foolishness of man perverteth his way, and his heart fretteth against the Lord. Wealth makes many friends, but the poor is separated from his friend. Wealth mocketh many friends, but the poor is separated from his neighbor. A false witness will not go unpunished, and he who speaks lies will not escape. A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall not escape. Many entreat the favor of the nobility, and every man is a friend to one who gives gifts. Many will entreat the favor of the prince, and every man is a friend to him that giveth gifts. All the brothers of the poor hate him, how much more do his friends go far from him? He may pursue them with words, yet they abandon him. All the brethren of the poor do hate him, how much more do his friends go far from him? He pursueth them with words, yet they are wanting to him. He who gets wisdom loves his own soul, he who keeps understanding will find good. He that getteth wisdom loveth his own soul, he that keepeth understanding shall find good. A false witness will not go unpunished, and he who speaks lies shall perish. A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall perish. Luxury is not fitting for a fool, much less for a servant to rule over princes. Delight is not seemly for a fool, much less for a servant to have rule over princes. The discretion of a man makes him slow to anger, and his glory is to overlook a transgression. The discretion of a man deferreth his anger, and it is his glory to pass over a transgression. The king's wrath is like the roaring of a lion, but his favor is like dew on the grass. The king's wrath is as the roaring of a lion, but his favor is as dew upon the grass. A foolish son is the ruin of his father, and the contentions of a wife are a continual dripping. A foolish son is the calamity of his father, and the contentions of a wife are a continual dropping. Houses and riches are an inheritance from fathers, but a prudent wife is from the Lord. House and riches are the inheritance of fathers, and a prudent wife is from the Lord. Laziness casts one into a deep sleep, and an idle person will suffer hunger. Slothfulness casteth into a deep sleep, and an idle soul shall suffer hunger. He who keeps the commandment keeps his soul, but he who is careless of his ways will die. He that keepeth the commandment keepeth his own soul, but he that despiseth his ways shall die. He who has pity on the poor lends to the Lord, and he will pay back what he has given. He that hath pity upon the poor lendeth unto the Lord, and that which he hath given will he pay him again. Chasten your son while there is hope, and do not set your heart on his destruction. Chasten thy son while there is hope, and let not thy soul spare for his crying. A man of great wrath will suffer punishment, for if you rescue him, you will have to do it again. A man of great wrath shall suffer punishment, for if thou deliver him, yet thou must do it again. Listen to counsel and receive instruction, that you may be wise in your latter days. Hear counsel, and receive instruction, that thou mayest be wise in thy latter end. There are many plans in a man's heart, nevertheless the Lord's counsel that will stand. There are many devices in a man's heart, nevertheless the counsel of the Lord that shall stand. What is desired in a man is kindness, and a poor man is better than a liar. The desire of a man is his kindness, and a poor man is better than a liar. The fear of the Lord leads to life, and he who has it will abide in satisfaction, he will not be visited with evil. The fear of the Lord tendeth to life, and he that hath it shall abide satisfied, he shall not be visited with evil. A lazy man buries his hand in the bowl, and will not so much as bring it to his mouth again. A slothful man hideth his hand in his bosom, and will not so much as bring it to his mouth again. Strike a scoffer, and the simple will become wary, rebuke one who has understanding, and he will discern knowledge. Smite a scorner, and the simple will beware, and reprove one that hath understanding, and he will understand knowledge. He who mistreats his father and chases away his mother is a son who causes shame and brings reproach. He that wasteth his father, and chaseth away his mother, is a son that causeth shame, and bringeth reproach. Cease listening to instruction, my son, and you will stray from the words of knowledge. Cease, my son, to hear the instruction that causeth to err from the words of knowledge. A disreputable witness scorns justice, and the mouth of the wicked devours iniquity. An ungodly witness scorneth judgment, and the mouth of the wicked devoureth iniquity. Judgments are prepared for scoffers, and beatings for the backs of fools. Judgments are prepared for scorners, and stripes for the back of fools. Revelation12. Now a great sign appeared in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and on her head a garland of 12 stars. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. Then being with child, she cried out in labor and in pain to give birth. And she being with child cried, traveling in birth, and pain to be delivered. And another sign appeared in heaven, behold, a great, fiery red dragon having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 diadems on his heads. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his heads. His tail drew 1/3 of the stars of heaven and threw them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman who was ready to give birth, to devour her child as soon as it was born. And his tail drew the 1/3 part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth, and the dragon stood before the woman which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. She bore a male child who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron. And her child was caught up to God and his throne. And she brought forth a man-child, who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron, and her child was caught up unto God, and to his throne. Then the woman fled into the wilderness, where she has a place prepared by God, that they should feed her there 1260 days. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she hath a place prepared of God, that they should feed her there 1260 days. And war broke out in heaven, Michael and his angels fought with the dragon, and the dragon and his angels fought. And there was war in heaven, Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. But they did not prevail, nor was a place found for them in heaven any longer. And prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. So the great dragon was cast out, that serpent of old, called the devil and Satan, who deceives the whole world, he was cast to the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, called the devil, and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world, he was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Then I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, Now salvation, and strength, and the kingdom of our God, and the power of his Christ have come, for the accuser of our brethren, who accused them before our God day and night, has been cast down. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, Now is come salvation, and strength, and the kingdom of our God, and the power of his Christ, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they did not love their lives to the death. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death. Therefore rejoice, O heavens, and you who dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea! For the devil has come down to you, having great wrath, because he knows that he has a short time. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea! For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Now when the dragon saw that he had been cast to the earth, he persecuted the woman who gave birth to the male child. And when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man-child. But the woman was given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness to her place, where she is nourished for a time and times and half a time, from the presence of the serpent. And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a time, and times, and half a time, from the face of the serpent. So the serpent spewed water out of his mouth like a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away by the flood. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. But the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened its mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon had spewed out of his mouth. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth, and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth. And the dragon was enraged with the woman, and he went to make war with the rest of her offspring, who keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Jesus Christ. And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God, and have the testimony of Jesus Christ.